Hi, today we're going to go ahead and show you how to switch costumes on a sprite. This is the Scratch 2.0 interface. If you had used Scratch 1.4, you would find that many times you would actually have to go into your costume menu and find the other costumes for a character. Now they all seem to come together so that if you switch a sprite, all the costumes for that sprite would be located together. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at our cat sprite and take a look at his different costumes. I click on the costume tab and now we can see that our cat has two costumes. So how do we go back and forth from one to the other? There's a few different ways to do it. I'm going to click back on the scripts tab and click on the looks palette. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at a few different ones. First of all, we have a switch costume to, in this case it says costume 2 because we're in costume 1 right now, and I can flip it back and forth depending on which one I want it. Let me go ahead and switch it to costume 2, double click, and there goes right back to costume 2. I'll switch it back to costume 1, and there he is. And then I also have a next costume block. Now, there's a couple different reasons why you'd want to use one over the other, or sometimes why you may want to use both. What you're going to find is that if you want to always start off on the same costume, this block, the switch costume block, is often the best to use, because that'll always go ahead and start it on the costume that you want. Then you'll find that the next costume block comes into play, because now if I want to continually have them switch between costumes, I can just go ahead and use the next costume block. Now there's a couple different ways that we can do this. If I want to make our cat appear like he's moving, I'd want to go ahead and grab a control block, forever, put that around our next costume, and I'm going to double click and then start it, and you can see how he looks like he's running for his life there. And that's a good way to do it, but often what you'll have to do is you want him not to move that fast or look like he's moving that fast. So you're going to drag in a wait block, and you're going to put that in the forever block right underneath next costume. So you can see they slow down quite a bit. If it's a little bit too much and you want to speed it up a little bit, instead of wait 1 second, we can actually go ahead and change that to 0.5. And now you can see that he's actually moving a little bit faster. And if that still isn't fast enough, we can go ahead and change it to 0.2, hit enter, and you can go ahead and see that he's moving pretty quick right now. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on stop and stop him right now. But that's one way that you can go ahead and do this. But many times what happens is that you don't want him continually running throughout your whole animation. So I'm going to take this next costume and wait 2 seconds out, and I'm going to leave the forever block over here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the repeat block. I'm going to take the repeat block and put it around that, and now it says repeat 10 times. So if I double click on it, it's going to go ahead and do that switch 10 times and then stop. This is great because now we can actually go ahead and work on timing with our characters. So say that you wanted him to appear like he's running for a certain amount of time and then stop. This is how you're going to go ahead and do it. So I hope you enjoyed how to make sprite change costume.